Hello guys, welcome to the new video. This video will be scenario based system design video. In this video, I will explain you how I came across some production issue and how I have solved it. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing I would like to tell you about came across this issue while I was creating this API. So what this API was doing is that it was fetching and members from Auth0 inside an organization and returning all of the members and their roles in a list. So everything is fine. So but the issue is Auth0 don't return roles of members while you are calling the get members inside. There is an API for get members inside organization inside Auth0, but it won't return the roles. So I needed to fetch the roles concurrently one by one. It was an I did this using async IO gather, and I made this process concurrent. And this was the API. First, this API was checking my JWT token. Then after checking for the authorization and authentication, it's just fetching the members inside the organization. And for each organization, it's fetching the roles of that member concurrently. So I have paginated the API, and it was returning 20 members inside an organization for one page. So it was working fine, but at first I didn't had 20 members inside my Auth0 organization. Um so for first I had like 5 members inside an organization, and it was working pretty well. All the 5 requests were going concurrently. It was going great, no issues. But the issue came when organization members got increased. After a few days, we had members like 20, and for one page we are returning 20 members, but the API was failing quite frequently. Every time we are calling this API, it was returning an 429 error, and 429 error is rate limiting errors, which was returned by Auth0. So the main thing about Auth0 is they rate limit their own APIs. So we were using Auth0 as an external service, right? So they has their own rate limiting. So every time I was getting like 20 members from an organization, I was making 20 concurrent requests. All of the 20 requests were going at the same time. So that's why it was returning 429 errors. I guess Auth0 supports, on the basic developer plan, Auth0 supports 10 requests per second. How did I solve it? Right, using the rate limit. So I need to, while making the concurrent request, I need to rate limit my requests. So you can think of it as a queue. So in a window of some duration, I will be able to make a certain amount of request, and all of the other requests will wait until those requests are done. You can do this pretty much easily with Python. You can implement a rate limiter inside your Python. It's totally fine. We have used Python. We have created an asynchronous so there is async semaphore to maintain this. You can create how much requests you need for to create a semaphore, and then you can block all of those requests from a specific duration, and you just need to do a basic calculation to like lock all of the requests. So how did we solve it? We were, instead of making 20 requests at the same time, we were making 5 requests per second. Instead of making 20 requests at the same time, uh, we decrease the number of concurrent requests to 5. I know now the time latency has been increased, but there is a trade-off for everything, right? So as you can see, on top of that role fetching request, I have implemented an asynchronous rate limiter, which is allowing 10 requests per second. For giving you the request for 20 members, it will take 2 seconds. 1 second for 10 requests, another second for another 10 requests. So as you know, this won't work when we need to horizontally scale our servers, cause then all of those servers will have their own async rate limiter, which will have 10 requests per second for each of them. So first thing is we can use the upgraded subscription plan for Auth0, but it won't solve our issue properly. We still might end up making more requests to Auth0 servers. How we can solve this? We can solve this by moving this rate limiting logic to a global standpoint. Like if we have thousands of servers inside our application, let's suppose we have two application, we can create an another we can create another server which will have our asynchronous rate limit logic, and those servers lock will be used by all of these servers. We just need to move our rate limiting logic to, instead of making it specific to one service, we need to make it a single source of truth for all of the servers. It is not good for fault tolerance. So how we can solve this? We can solve this using a distributed lock. Like we can use a Redis. We can move this rate limiting logic inside Redis, and then our application can use this rate limiting to application level. So all of these servers will have the same rate limiter instead of having their own, and it will solve our problem. And you don't also need to think about what if one Redis instance fails. Redis has their own distributed mechanisms to solve this issue. Redis is distributed, so we are fine with it for scaling out. So how now the question comes, how we can move the whole rate limit logic inside our Redis? We can do this by using Lua scripts. Lua scripts are atomic. Um, if we write something in Redis with Lua scripts, that will be atomic, and we don't need to make multiple requests to our Redis, and it will be fine. So this is a blog, a quite nice blog. You can follow this blog to implement the token bucket algorithm inside your Redis using Lua scripts. And you can also take help from ChatGPT. It's also great to use. I hope now you understand how to think when you are in production, to think about edge cases and how to solve them. So, and also I will give you the both of the examples, like how you can implement your asynchronous rate limiter inside your Python application. I will give the link inside the description, and also I will give the description of this blog. I hope this video helps. Go share it with your friends. See you on the next video.